Functions describe the world.
Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. Hi, Kappa. Appreciate you hanging out this morning. I had to reset up all of my OBS this morning for some reason. It got nuked. So if something's not working, let me know, chat. But welcome back, y'all. Hope everyone had good holidays. We are getting a tweet ready, and then we will get started here. All right. So I am working on refactoring some of our internal state to kind of use state machines and an Elm architecture type state management. And I believe last night I got to, let's see here, where did we get? We in template v2. No. Engine. Yeah, I think we're down here. Yeah, here we go. One second, chat. What's your switch? My switch, I use Glorious Pandas. Perfect. All right, let's jump in here. Got the tweet out. We got notifications up. And let's see, I should have like a to-do start here. Yeah. So we have this state machine where each state is a stage in the process of scaffolding out an app. And I'm pretty much at the point where I want to start actually running the actions of like copying templates or modifying templates, running plugins, that sort of thing, and integrating that with state transitions. So hold on here. My mouse is all messed up. Let's see. I don't think we need this map function. Maybe I do. We'll keep it for now. How's the audio, chat? Can you hear me well? Is the music at a good level? Okay. So this will be our machine. And we'll just say machine for now. Oh, what's up? Music's a bit loud. Okay, thank you. My stuff got all sorts of wonky. Is that any better on the music? I should hopefully. I've been meaning to get to actually working on the Veep plugin, but I keep getting boggled down by like other random rabbit holes on this project. Hopefully today or tomorrow, I'm hoping we get to the point where we can actually get to the like the full point of scaffolding out a full project and working through the pain points of actually getting started. I think for the 1.0 release of this, I'm just going to use your plugin as is and then eventually come back to rewrite that. My plan is tentatively to rewrite the CLI in native OCaml. And when I do that, I will probably at the same time start looking into using the Dune RPC client. But we'll see. So that should be good there. We don't have a return type. I'm real into Formula One. I love Formula One. Yeah, we're gonna use Minty and we're gonna try to contribute back to Minty for all the components that Leandro doesn't have yet. And I think Meta might even help us work on rewriting this to create or to Minty on his stream. I was chatting with him. So we have a bunch of these. Let's see here, actions written. So I have like this T module, and then I have like create project directory, copy base project, copy bundler files. These all kind of correspond to a state transition. So I think I want to do something like we'll do t.make, and then we'll say drop down here, and we'll say t.map, or no, we probably want t.transition, and we want to say, what does our transition function take? It takes an action, so we'll say start, and we want to, hold on, this will be start, I think creator, is that right? And there we go. So when we start creating the directory, we then come in here and we're going to do let underscore equals create project directory. And this is going to take, yep, overwrite will be, let's see, what do we have in here? We have our configuration. In fact, we can just do machine dot configuration dot overwrite. And then what is our next thing? Why isn't that showing up? Oh, it's a result. Why are these results? Where's the transition function? Ah, okay. So we'll just say, does that really need to be? Okay, model with next state. All right, so we're probably gonna want to say that open common syntax dot let, and then this will be okay. That should be our machine. Yeah. This takes overwrite, and then it'll take machine dot configuration dot name. Is that the right? Create project directory. Okay, so that takes the dir. So this should be directory. And that's going to return us a promise, which means we have to lift this into a promise, I think. So let's do let open promise results syntax. Yeah. And now we can say down here, I wrote a bunch of sweep bindings for promises. Promise result dot resolve OK.
Functions describe the world.
What up, bad cop? Thank you for the resubscription. Appreciate you. How have you been? Is this let plus? We have to map it to a T error. What up, Darren? It was good. It was a lot of sleeping on couches and traveling up and down the East Coast. I did not do Advent of Code backup. Morning, Jerry. So what do we actually want to return from this? I guess we could do like we probably want to map the error, right? So we probably want to come in here and say like result.map error, and we'll get our error. And let's just make sure our type's right here. So it's a T error. And let's say let error to string. And this will take an error, and we'll just quickly pattern match on invalid state. Yeah, that looks perfect. Okay, that's what we want there. So let's map to a string. Yeah. The first couple days were rough, and then I just decided I wanted to work on other things way more than I wanted to work on an Advent of Code. But that's hella impressive getting all the way through. All right. Let's see here. Did it for the content. Your one solution using image magic was dope. I think it was Meta who was reviewing it, and I was just like, that's insane. All right, so we want to say, let's say, changing that, we'll say error to string. Actually, it'll be error, or t.error to string. There we go. Now we should be able to do this. and that gets us a unit. Okay. And as long as we get to here, we know we can say, we can transition our state machine to that. Why is this upset? Oh, we have to map the error every time. That's kind of obnoxious. Whatever, we'll come back and clean that up. All right, no, how did that get in there? All right, so we do that, and then we should be able to come here and do t.transition. We're gonna want a better API here. Yeah, I feel like the whole point of Bash is the shell out. What machine? All right, so this is like overly verbose and I'm not loving it right now. So I think we're gonna wanna, well, I wanna get these initial actions implemented. Complete, start, what are we missing here? Let machine, that should be machine there. You go boom, something like that. What up, dupe did oops? How we doing? What up, Pedro? I'm still pretty new to OCaml. Why use let underscore instead of this here? I mean, I could do this. I mean, I guess I can do that. But this returns a promise result, and I'm doing fancy stuff with my let here. And sometimes, I don't know what the exact rules are, but sometimes I have to do that. Otherwise my editor or LSP complains. I'm not sure. Make me sick. Yeah, we definitely want like a better API here, because this is annoying having to unbox the error, map the error, and do all this. I do not work at Jane Street, and I do not plan on working at Jane Street. So we do that, and now we should be able to say let plus underscore, and change this back to just keep it consistent. And we'll come down here. Let me do a v-split. 1 second, chat. They do pay insane salaries. Let's see here. We want to go up and we want to look at these functions. Create project directory. So we start this and now we say copy base. Thank you for the follow. Dupe, did oops. Appreciate you. So if we copy base project, that's going to take probably a dir.
Describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, Tiny Break. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's going to take a dir. So we take that. And then we will transition our machine again. And then we're going to transition the machine again. See, this is a pain in the ass. Like, this is what we want to make better here. Like, we're repeating this a lot. I should go look at how Leandro is doing this in Minty. What up, Dave? Do you see what I was talking about with the Gleam.js bindings in the Melange Discord? I might try to copy that. It's pretty cool, and I've written I've played around with Gleam a little bit the past week, and writing bindings the way Gleam does it feels really, really, really good and really, really easy because you're mostly doing it in JavaScript. You own both sides of the FFI, if that makes sense. So I might try like pulling out some of the Melange.js standard library to make a really thin wrapper to do something similar and like install it as an npm package. Like, it feels really good to write bindings with. So I have off until the 8th, I think. What is the date? I don't even know what the date is. Yeah, I have off until the 8th. So I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming and a lot of open source. And probably later today, I'll probably stream for a couple hours this morning and then probably take a nap because I did not sleep great. And then I think I'm going to work on that a little bit later. But my goal is by the next team meeting for Melange is to be able to show you guys like a beta release of this. I'm getting pretty close. All right. So we complete base templates. Is that all the pieces I have right now? Yeah. So let's see if we can even get this to work. Or actually, let's focus on cleaning this up. Do we really want this to return a result? I mean, we could write...
Functions describe the world.
Oh, hey, Kyle. Thank you for the resubscription, buddy. So let's take that and we will map that and really we're probably gonna want to write a bind instead. Really, this should be something like this, I think. And then we can just do up here our utility of like result.mapError, and then we'll say error to string. Yeah, this isn't great, but I don't really care. So now we should be able to say t.bind and something like this. Because that returns a result. Let's comment this all out quick. T model string result, that's what we want. Ah, so there should be map. Really, maybe we just make an error state and we check that. So we go here, and this would be, oh, we do have an error state. So we need, oh, we're gonna have to recursively define some types here. This is gonna be annoying. Where's that error at? Right here. So we wanna come up here, and we wanna say, and, delete word, and action, and state. Start, we'll name this one finish. And we can delete you. And we can come up here, throw that there. Okay, and we should in here be able to say of error. Yeah. And then we can say error to string. Throw that there. Oh no. Can I do and on functions? Don't think we want that. We can just take this and we can do the same match. In fact, I don't even think we need this. We won't need that. We will need the code inside of it though. We want to say, grab that, and we'll come here. Whoops, it's not quite what we wanted. We'll say match error with I guess this is recursive. Okay, that looks good to me. So now we can stop. We're so back. What up, Vincer? Actually, we don't even need that anymore, so we can get rid of that. And now instead of returning this, instead of returning result, let's just return a model, and we can capture the error in the result. So we'll return a model. And we'll say delete word there, and we'll say yank surrounded that with that, and model with state equals error not module. Okay. Then we don't need to do this. We can get rid of that. And we can delete there. Delete there. I don't think we need bind. This is now just a model. Yeah, how about that? That looks good. In fact, I don't even think we need this map. I think we can just come down to t.transition. Yeah. Now we could chain transitions. Cool. All right, so we can transition our state machine now. And if we ever transition and we hit a invalid case, how did I write this? I wrote this so late last night. Let's go look at how Elm does this, because I just kind of winged this and made it up as I went. It'd probably be better to look at some real code here. So let's go pull up a new browser window. Oh my god, the lag. I forgot that this was a thing. Let's go look at Mint, since that's what we're gonna basically copy. Or we're gonna eventually refactor to Mint here. So let's take a look at a basic counter. So update event model. We give it an initial state. I assume this gives it a state. And then we return I wonder what this does under the covers. This is like what I'm calling actions. Or actually, the event would be... Let's go look at Elm. I'm missing a piece of this. Hold on, guys. I'm going to try to fix my lag again. 1 second. Alright, so that broke already. So that is truly the problem. One second, broke OBS. Alright, that feels pretty good. And let's come back there. The thing that causes lag is showing cursor. I figured out. I don't know why. So I'm just going to turn off my cursor. Or maybe that's it. Like now this feels snappy as all hell. Such a weird problem, isn't it? If I like do this and then come back, sometimes this helps. And then I turn my cursor back on. That feels pretty good. There we go. Okay. So we have the concept of a model, a view, and an update. And we want to basically copy this entire pattern. There's another library in Gleam called Luster that does this too. So maybe we can take some inspiration from Luster on how they're doing it. Application. So we have effects, events. Yeah, so we totally skipped the whole piece of this architecture. Trying to wing it. I don't have the view piece wired in at all. That's okay. We can keep rocking here. We're using callbacks at the moment to handle this, which is fine. Let's just keep going with this, I guess, for now. And we can say, let's see here, start creator. That's our machine. And we can get rid of that. And we can come down and comment those. We don't need that line anymore. Right. We're not... So we need to wire in our callbacks here. We'll say model dot on transition, and this does that. Then down here we can say model dot on error. And we can broadcast that up. This is basically how we're communicating back to React with these callbacks, which isn't the greatest in the world, but it's fine. Yeah, we'll do that. That might need to go above. No. Okay. So that should give us callbacks into our React components. And now we can come down here and we say we complete that, and then we'll map it again. We'll just say machine, pipe that in there, and jump over here, delete that, jump back here. In fact, we can just drop it down and do something more like this. And this will be start copy base templates in Thank you, Base Better. Appreciate it. Appreciate you hanging out. So we can take this line and throw that in here. I still kind of like the idea of this returning results, so we can exit early if there is a result or if there is an error. Thank you, Jarrell. Appreciate it. So let's see if we can even use this, right? We can just resolve a unit. Let's get a terminal up and running here. Let's say Dune build watch. In engine, we're not using the let. I built it myself, but like it wasn't very much work. Yeah, it was actually really easy. I've never built a keyboard before until this one, and it like just putting these few things in, like looping the switches, adding painter's tape and putting some foam in, like went the whole way. And if you're interested, you can gamble 1,000 points to try and win a Keychron Q4. I think they run, the Q4 runs like 130 or something like that. I think I noticed the biggest difference with the painter's tape. I mean, the lube makes a huge difference for sure, but I think the biggest difference was the painter's tape. What up, Nightshade? Missed you, buddy. So rather than calling this T, because this isn't really the Elm architecture at the moment, this is more like just a state machine, we're gonna rename this to FSM. And do that, and yeah, we're gonna get a ton of errors. Let's just do a %s and switch T to FSM. There we go. Yeah, I'm running Glorious Panda switches. Oh no, what happened, Nightshade? So one thing we could do is we could wrap this. We could hide the internals of this, and we could wrap our functions, so we effectively have like a creator, create project directory, and this will take a machine, and we'll say let I've got some ideas here, chat, to help clean this up. We want to say FSM dot, or actually we can say transition that, yeah. And we almost want this like action or effect or side effect, or do we tap? We want tap. That's closer to what we want. So we'll say let tap will be a function model. Yeah, that's the exact thing we want to do there. So then we can grab the machine and we can pipe this. We're going to make a nice little pipeline here. We're going to say we pipe machine into transition, and then we're going to tap, and we're going to run our function, which will be we can get, let's say, let overwrite. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll say let directory. Yeah, I like it. And we'll partially apply. Good Lord. One second, let me go get the dogs. Winnie's freaking out. Good girl. Relax. Come on. You stay in here. Get your puppy. You have your choice. Dealer's choice. You coming in, Boats? We're not barking. Okay. Sorry about that, chat. I will try to be on top of it if they start barking in here. All right. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to tap? Tap takes a function. Maybe it's async tap. I don't really know how I want to do this. So maybe before we use tap, we just write out manually what we want to do. So we'll have a function that takes a machine, and we're going to oh snap. DevDab with the 143. What up, Raiders? Thank you, DevDad. Hope you had wonderful holidays. Raiders, we are working on making a command line tool to scaffold OCaml projects called Create Melange App. And right now we're writing some state machines. Okay, so we would end up doing something like create project directory, overwrite that, and then directory. And this ends up turning into a promise, right? It does. So we would do something like let open promise result syntax. In fact, we might not even need to do that. We could probably do a pipe the result of this into promise result dot tap. Do we want to tap? No, we probably want to. No, we probably want to map. Something like this.
functions describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, Oz Costa. Appreciate you hanging out. So what does our return type say then? That looks pretty good, right? So how do we abstract this into a function? This is like async tap. Or it's like async map, really. Well, maybe the easier way to do this, rather than that, is we come down here and we say promise result dot resolve OK, and then we pipe that into a promise result dot map, and we get our, this should be our machine, right? Let me comment that out. This should be, if we put this in here, this should be a machine, right? Yep, that is our machine. Okay. And then we should be able to say, let's end up doing create, actually this is going to be a bind. In fact, we can change that to bind, and we'll change this to the Lance Armstrong operator. If anyone gets that joke, feel free to call it out. Is bind what we want? So this returns a result. Yes. Exactly. Get why we call it the Lance Armstrong operator? Also, how's the font size, chat? I had to redo all this morning. Maybe we don't want to... I'm getting canceled. Listen, that's not an original joke, but I think it's hilarious. I don't think bind is what we want. I think we do want map. So we do map. Let's see here. We say, let's assign this to a empty variable and just return our machine after this. And this is going to be a unit string. This does want to be a bind, right? And we say plus, is that the syntax? Let open, yeah, something like this. And then we'll say promise result dot resolve OK. Good morning, Saint Rabbit. Really, we want something closer to like transition that, and then we pipe that to promise result. Yeah, that's what we want. There we go. So what's the, that looks good. So we wrap our machine in a promise. In fact, we could probably make this even simpler. We could just wrap it immediately there. We can get rid of that, and this will be promise result dot map. Yeah, kind of like the way it looked the other way. Okay. The other thing we could do is potentially No, this is close enough to what we want. That's fine for now. So that returns a promise result there. So down here, we can actually, we make our machine. We can get rid of this line and we can delete down to here. And we can actually pipe this into, let's delete that, go down to the next line and say, we can actually delete to the capital F. We'll pipe this into fsm.create project directory. And then we can pipe that into fun.const. Something like that. What was the operator? Right here. I have heard this referred to as the Lance Armstrong operator. So now we should be able to write functions, and we should be able to like come in here and be like fsm dot what's the next step? Create project directory. I think it's copy base. I don't know even if we need these.
Functions describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, Hypetix. Appreciate you. So we go to copy base templates, which I should have a actual function for. Yeah, so we have copy base templates. So let's add that to our state machine as a function that wraps all this. So let's say let did Copilot just nail that? Wow. It did. Okay. And what happens in our transition function again? We have this model with error. So what happens if we get that? It's just no ops, I guess. Let's say we fail on create project directory, right? We get a model error, return that with state. Yeah, it's just gonna keep returning. That's fine. I mean, we should probably fix that at some point, but it's fine for now. So we should be able to come in here then and say the goal would be to do this. This would be promise result dot map. You could even do just convert it to a promise early, and we can say promise result dot resolve OK, and then we can come in here, yank to the P, and shift paste that. I guess these do need to be binds. Why does that have to be a bind and not a map? Did you see my question in help? I have no idea why that method isn't working. I did not. Let's take a look. Let's see here. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Nightshade, I'm gonna be honest. Zero to 100, zero offset. Are these just like records basically? Like I don't, like range isn't a function. All right, so we'll hang out. So why do I not have to bind on this one? Like why can I map and not bind? Pretty sure this should be bind. I mean, we could actually... No, we do need to bind. Yeah, we do need to bind. And we can just map this. Yeah. In fact, we can just make this fun.const unit. And this will be a wrap that. Okay. Because this might work. Are we building successfully? We are. Let's try to go use this now in our actual scaffold component, which we're going to want to delete a ton of this because we recreated it. So let's just delete all of the stuff. You delete that. This is going to cause so many errors, but it's fine. So many errors. All right, so we want to say our initial we really don't want a model, right? We don't need that. We want state for the current step. So let's say state, and we'll say set state. Let's call it step, since that's like an overloaded term in React. So we'll say react.useState, and we'll say it is going to be engine.v2.fsm.idle. And then in our effect, let's just, I need to get rid of some of this for now. Okay. Actually, I should have kept some of that. Let's just, let's move this down and we'll comment it. We'll throw that down there and we'll do a Control V because commenting is busted. Do that. Do that. Do that. That. Ignore that for now and ignore that for now. And then down here, we'll say we don't need a dependency array, but we do need to return none for no cleanup. Why was that wrong? There we go. Now in here, we can say, we'll say let FSM equals FSM dot, whoops, core dot engine dot v2. We gotta clean this up so bad. Was it make on transition? So let's just say let on transition. We'll get state. Let's call this FSM state. Change there. Okay. One error should be fine. So this should be on transition. Would be on transition. And we can change that to on error. This will be on error. In fact, we don't need that equal. We'll just do that. And the final thing we're missing is gonna be on finish. Is that what we want? Wait, what does transition give us? Ah, we have a from. Right. We want to pick out the two. Got two. It's actually transition. And we'll annotate that as core.engine.v2 fsm.transition. Yeah, there we go.
Functions describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, D'Angelo. D'Angelo? I don't know how to say your name, but appreciate you spending your time with us. And the final one would be on finish. So let's say on finish. Set that to finished for now. Yeah. And we can jump over here. In fact, we don't even need to set that. We can just do on complete. And we can jump over here, pass in on finish. Okay. And then we should be able to do Always appreciate a chill coding stream. Well, I appreciate you spending your time here. Hopefully, you know, it's relatively good background noise. What up, Concavity? It's good to be back. So let's see if we can even log out, like, if we say core.engine should be just .run, and this should take our configuration. Or no, what does run take? This should actually just be a unit. Let's go to this function quick. And this is going to be I actually don't think we need all of this. I think this just needs to take a state machine. In fact, oh, I see what we're doing. I didn't need that make. Right. Right. Okay. Clever. So this can actually just be run. And then we can delete 0. Delete that line. So what's this upset about? Why? Is that not the right function signature? That looks right. I guess we can type this. I think this might be where it's getting choked up. I don't think it can infer the type. We should really break this out to its own module. Error. All right, what's this upset about? Unbound value fsm.run. So just run. Expression has type. Right. So we want to say, we want to ignore the value. And there we go. And our next issue is there. Okay. Now let's see if we can get, let's see if we can render. Yeah, this will be fine, actually. Should be able to do state to string. And we'll do that too. Although we'll do a switch here, and we'll switch on error. And we need to remove that. We can go back down here. And when we switch on this, we'll say some error. And we'll say core dot engine.v2.fsm.state to string. Sorry, error is just a state, right? Oh no, it actually is an error. We got rid of our toError function. Dumb. Which this is the function right here. So let's yoink that and say let error to string state. Actually, no, that'll just be, this could be function. Can bump that down there. Probably an extra paren. Yep, there we go. Now we have our error to string. And we can jump back over here. None, we'll just return react.null. Does that go there? What am I screwing up here? These are the least helpful syntax errors I've ever gotten. All right, we have a box. We close our box. We don't close our box. That's what we're missing. There we go. Okay, theoretically, chat, we should see it transition through our state machine now. I'm not feeling super hopeful about getting this on the first try, but you never know. I believe the dogs are about to bark, so I'm gonna mute my mic real quick. Yep, there it went. 1 second, chat. And we're back. So let's remove our foobar directory and run create melange app. So far, so good. Okay, we got a unhandled promise rejection. Amazing. Well, we saw our state there. So we did make the directory at least. Did we copy anything? No. So we got a unhandled promise rejection. Unhandled promise rejection. Where would that happen? It would happen over here. And it's happening in copy base template. And it's probably happening here. Which I don't know why that's not catching. Because we should be catching right there. So that's effectively just a cast. Why? I guess we can go look at the JS. God, this is kind of hard to read. Unhandled rejection. I wonder if I just do, if we can trick this into like if we add a catch on all these, promise result dot catch, and this will be resolve error. Right, that should be result. Oh, this should be compose actually. This would be dir. Well, that's not the one that's rejecting, right? Right. So this will take a dir, and then we'll pass a dir into there, and we'll come up here and we'll delete that, jump to the end of the line there, throw that on. Hopefully that catches it. All right, we're building. Let's try this again. And we'll say up, remove foobar, and we'll run create melange app. Still. All right, so our promise bindings aren't as solid as we thought they were. So why would that be rejecting? Why? Where could we even handle this? We'd want to handle it. I'm surprised that this isn't catching it. I would hope this catches it. So we caught it there. That's good. That's a good start, at least. Yeah, I'm on a holiday until the 8th. I took off. I worked all last week and instead used my PTO from today until, or from yesterday till the 8th. I wonder if we can get this to a string. So in here then, if this rejects, we're not doing anything. Right, in here we want to say, we want to pipe this, and we're going to say promise result dot catch. Yeah. I think this should be that to that. Is that how we do this? Something like this. Like that? No. Oh, we have to return the promise. Right, okay. So let's say promise result dot resolve error. Error. And then we'll tap it, or we'll perform an effect. What do I perform? Is that what we said? So we should be able to do dot map error. And we'll say FSM core.fsm engine.v2.fsm.error to string. I'm very focused. I'm like rewriting all of the plumbing of this. And I'm not like super happy with where it's going. I'm gonna go grind beans and let the dogs out quick. I'll be back here shortly, chat. I see the music stopped. 1 second. Why? You guys can't hear the music, right? I'm not crazy. Why would that happen? It's so weird. There we go. Now music's going, right? Weird. Okay. I'll be right back in a few moments. All right. So I don't know why this promise is rejecting. That's the first thing we need to figure out. Very confusing why this is rejecting, because before we nuke this file, I think it was working. Although I don't know if our configuration is actually completely set. Because I think, yeah, we were doing this. So we know this was working. So let's go back and get to a working state here. So this should work and get us to the bundler step. And then we can come back and reintegrate our state machine, even though we had kind of a state machine anyways. So let's get a clean slate. Let's run that. Boom, boom, boom. That looks good. That's what we want. So why would that work and not when we run it in the state machine? That all looks fine. Oh man, I'm so tired. I got like no sleep last night. Like I don't think I fell asleep until like 4 o'clock. Actually, let's stand up. Let's get a little bit more energy here. All right, so we have all these components for these different stages. I basically want to integrate these with our state machine that's in the other file. And we can, that's the piece of the Elm architecture that we're missing currently, is the view layer. So if we go, this is so tricky because I don't know why this rejects. And I don't know why this isn't catching it. It's almost like we need a catch in here. Something like this maybe. And we just say catch. Send pipe that. And we just say reject. That's not quite right. Do we just say so it takes an error to a to t. So that definition's wrong. So if we comment that, this should actually be like a b to t next value, and it will return a next value error. And then we can take u. Can I catch reject? Does it still think it's a string? Yeah. So catch takes a promise error. So maybe we just take some random error that we don't know. And no. So we still want our binding to catch. Let's see how they actually wrote the catch in here. External catch. Yeah, let's jump back here and compare their implementation to our implementation. So they do melon curry. That's the same definition. Ah, it's not the same definition. That's the same definition. Right? That's isomorphic. Sum pipe next value. A is our next value. That looks fine. I still don't understand why that's rejecting at the one spot but not the other. That is pretty confusing to me. Let's actually take this FSM module and copy it to a new file. So we'll take I guess that's the whole module right there. And we'll come in here and we'll say fsm.ml. Okay, paste that in, delete that. Jump down the bottom, delete that. We probably have to open bindings. what's this mad about? Create project directory. This will be core dot engine dot v2. Yeah, there we go. So that's what we want there. We want the same thing there. And then back in engine, we want to get rid of this run because we want to take this run function and we put this in our state machine. Let's just put that, I lost my paste. Throw that at the bottom. Okay, we don't need that. So we can just go here, highlight the selection, remove FSM dot. Who needs multi-cursor chat? So we transition from start to create dir, which is a valid transition, right? We can double check that. We have a next step. Nice.
This didn't have any roots when we left.
What?
It didn't have any roots when we left.
Hell yeah. It lives.
Do you see how crazy long those are? And the baby?
Nice. Meta says hi. So we go from idle to create dir, which is what this start will do. We're going to start create dir, then we're going to say complete create dir, and that should transition us to when we say complete. Oh. That might be our problem. Because if we dispatch this would really be these need to be two different cases. That's our problem, I think. So let's delete this. I don't think that's right. I think this is our problem, chat. We had an invalid state transition. So when we dispatch start, that is the state we want to go to. Oh no, that was right. That actually was right. Complete is next state. It's this very similar thing because we say we complete create dir. Or no. I am wrong, right? The vertical lines make it much harder for me to figure out where your guards are. Like these things over here. Weird. I've never really paid attention to them. I know they changed these recently and I don't love them. So yeah, I was wrong, as usual. Unsurprising to nobody. So let's take that. Whoops. delete around that. We'll make another here. Yeah, we want to do that. This is actually not next state though. This is it. Let's fail with real quick. And we'll do that. This will be current state. In fact, do we even need to pass? Yeah, we should. Say current state. And we'll say when yeah, yep, that's what we want. Right, so we're saying we're going to start create directory. That's going to transition us from idle to create dir. We update our state to create dir. Then when we complete, we say we're going to complete our state. And we're going to make sure that we're equivalent. Then we're saying we're going from this to next state. In fact, we can just say let next state equals to next state state. We can delete to there, and this will be next state. And this will be the same deal. We're transitioning from our current state to the next state via the action, which will be complete current state. Okay. That might have been our problem. Maybe. I'm just not sure how that thing rejected. Because this is going to be an option. So when this override is an option, I've actually never tested this when this is none. So if you go into here, you say this exists. I still don't understand why this catch isn't working. I'm so tired, Justine. I didn't fall asleep till like 4. Drinking.
Why?
I think it's because I drank that Red Bull when we were driving home at like 3:30, 4 o'clock p.m.
Dang.
I was up till 4. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm probably gonna take a nap today.
I'll take one with you.
So this try with
Functions describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, BitBeast. In fact, this should be fine to do. All right, so let's jump back to our scaffold. I almost just want to like grab make a v3 module here so I don't lose all this. Module v3 equals, is it this? Then we can go up here and copy this. At this point, I should have just rewrote this to Minty rather than messing around with all this. I know, Meta, dude. I was up so late. I'm so exhausted.
Hi, Meta. Love you.
So let's go back to doing our, let's say let FSM state, set FSM state. This is going to be idle. Core.fsm.idle. Oh, that's not exposed. Core depends on core. What? How did I do that? All right, that should be better. Okay, so we have a state machine now. It's looking good. It's looking better. We have this FSM state. So now let's do a set error, and we'll do a let on transition, and this is going to take a transition, which we can annotate that as a core.fsm.transition, and we can say transition.to, and then we can say let on error would be error. This will be a FSM. How do I have access to that in this scope? Did I open core somewhere? I did open core. Nice. So this will be a fsm.error. We'll just say this is going to be fsm.error2string. What's your intuition for when to annotate? This error is in another module, so like the type system has no idea on how to infer what this is. And like when I'm prototyping out code, I generally annotate to help just like guide the type system and guide myself so I don't get distracted and forget what I'm doing. And then we have a let on finish, which will be just a unit, we'll call it onComplete, and then we can say switch, or we can say box /box. And we can say react.null just to start. What's this subset about? Unused variables. Oh, another raid. Thank you for the raid, Sheree. How was your stream? All right, what are we missing here? We're probably missing a paren, I'm betting. There we go. Okay. So now we just have unused variable warnings. So in here, we'll say, let's go see how we did our styling up here. Yeah, we want to gank that. And paste that in. We can delete that. Okay. And let's log. Nice. I need to do something super similar soon. This language is a combination. Right now we're looking at ReasonML, but most of the project is OCaml. ReasonML is just an alternative syntax for OCaml.
Functions describe the world.
So in here, let's just say we'll do a text. Yep, that's what we want there. And then we'll say we can switch on error. And if it's sum, we'll do that. And if it's none, we'll just do null. Yep. I think we got too many parens there. There we go. And then we want to kick off an effect. Don't really need that state. This can just be a normal. We can say this will be fsm.run, and it'll take configuration. That should be good. I don't think we need that. All right. So that should work. Oh yeah, RE's reason. Yep. So if we go into component, we should be able to render, is there a V2 in here? Yeah. Let's change this to V3. And that should just work, knock on wood. It's clean. Okay, we're built. So let's go try to run this now and see if that fixed our problem. Good, good, good. Create dir. We never got the log for complete. We at least got the directory, and it copied over to the bundler. That doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense. Sweet, sounds good, Meta. Oh, because we're never updating. Oh no, we are. We have this callback function that should be setting our state. And that should never be stale because it's calling the set state. I guess we can pipe this into promise result dot catch. And then we say promise.resolve error. This expression is type promise result t unit string. When an expression was expected, so I just say fsm dot error to string and wrap that. No. What is this value here? Oh my god, reason makes me so mad. Let's just say promise. What does it think this is? It's a string. Why does that think it's a string? I guess because if that rejects, it's already a string. So we can effectively do this and delete find that. And then we can jump back over here and we can just reject or resolve error there. Yeah, okay. Let's see if that changes anything. I still don't understand how we ended up adding the bundler. It's kind of confusing to me. Make configuration, we run this. Going to run. We create and copy base templates. All right, let's try again, I guess. Oh, I bet it's because I think I know why this happened. Oh, it's in here, 6412. It's there. Invalid state transition. There we go. That's the error we were looking for. We tried to transition from copy base templates to start copy base templates to that is a confusing state transition. So our initial state was this. This should be saying, okay, well, that's definitely wrong. So let's check our transition logic here. We start create directory. This will take us from idle to create dir. And then we say complete, which should transition us to, I see the problem. So when we say complete create directory, we almost need to like no op. Because what's happening is when we call transition complete create dir, it's transitioning us to the next state, which is going to be copy base templates, and then we're trying to start on that when the state is already copy base templates. I see. How do we want to model this? I kind of like start complete. What should complete transition us to? Maybe we just use start to kick off the machine. We could try that. Although I kind of like this. I mean, we could have more state too, I guess. We could have like, could have something like creating. Oh no. What would we just do? This could be like creating dir, or it'd be create dir to creating dir. And then we could go from creating to completed. Finished. We could do something like that. So we basically have 3 states for every single state. Let's go look at how like for modules, it is generally Oh, chat, we are 1 follower away from 1,900 followers. Anyone want to smash that follow button and bump us up to 1,900? So commands must be side effects. in the T architecture. Is that correct? Fair. This doesn't really teach me how to do this that well. Like, this doesn't teach me about commands at all. Unless I'm missing something. Commands and subscriptions. Here we go. Yeah, so commands are our side effects. I see. I see. So what is this saying here? This is saying we're taking a message, a model, and we're returning a tuple of a model and a command message. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Model to sub message. New part extensive errors. Time.every tick. All right, I see how this works now. Where's your coffee?
It's just right there. Thank you, Baxter. Oh, he's not asleep, but he was cozy.
Okay. I'm getting a better understanding of how this is working. So let's just try this real quick and see if it gets us anywhere. So we need to add creating dir and finish create dir, even though we can get rid of these later.
Don't you dare.
Okay. So now, when we say complete the current state, we'll say complete create dir. That will move us to here. All right, that should let us transition from things correctly now. Although I'm gonna end up writing a little T runtime so we can do the same things. So let's do that. And we'll say create melange, boom. And we get a blow up. FN, let's try making sure we're on the right version of Node. And let's try again. Okay. Objects are not valid as a React child. That's interesting. That means that our error type is wildly incorrect. So rather than on error, I'm assuming we're rejecting in scaffolding. I think if we go here, we just say error, that will potentially fix things. Yeah, okay. All right, chat. I need to go eat some food and probably take a nap. I'm exhausted and I can't think straight at the moment. I will probably be back streaming later this afternoon. But in the meantime, let's find somebody to raid. Who we got on? We got Rust or we got JS. I don't think anyone else is raiding OCaml. Oh God, what just happened? OCaml. Just us. Let's raid. Do we want React or Rust? Rust? All right. We'll go raid Brooks. Alrighty, chat. Like I said, I will be back probably in a couple hours. I just need to eat some food and catch up on some sleep. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate all of you. And let's go show Brooks some love.